All right, Michael Jordan did his sit down. Well, I think it's just a one time only. Mike Tirico visits Michael Jordan in Florida, and they go over a variety of topics. I'm assuming that's what this is going to be. I hope it's not. I hope it's timelier. Then we can talk bigger pictures, like this story, this player, something that happened, and you can get his reaction to it, not in real time, but let's say once a month, Tirico's able to go there. I hope it's not just a one and done where you sit Mike for 3 hours and you go over a variety of topics. But he did talk about load management last night.
What do you think of when you hear the term load management thrown around?
It shouldn't be needed. I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his ass off to get a ticket or to get money to buy the ticket.
You really cared about the guy who sat in the top deck at the Palace in Auburn Hills to watch you when you came to Detroit?
Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me, and I want to shut him up. He's calling me all kinds of names. I definitely want to shut him up.
Right.
You have a duty that if they're wanting to see you, and as an entertainer, I want to show, right? So if the guys are coming to watch me play, I don't want to miss that opportunity. Now, physically, if I can't do it, then I can't do it.
Okay. There's no news here because Mike wanted to play. These guys, they're not going to be like, man, did you hear what Jordan said? Now let's play 75 games. That's not going to happen. I'm sure the NBA loved this too because the NBA is trying to get these players to play more games. They're not going to do it. There's too much money to be made. And if you can somehow sit out instead of playing through something and it extends your career, you're going to do that because the amount of money that's there. Would we like you to play 75 games? Yes. Would we like you to get paid for each game you play? Yes, we would. Wait till somebody is making $1 million a game and they decide to sit out 2 games. Wait till that happens. They're going to rest. Now, you can say hey, I tweaked something. Okay. We have to believe you. But, you get load management with these guys. LeBron, a couple of years ago, I thought, was trying to prove, hey, I'm going to play 70 games. I think he played 71 and 72. Hey, at my age, look at me. But then, like the prior 5 years to that, there were some seasons where he's playing 50 games, 55 games. And he's one of the best, he's probably been in better shape than any other athlete. But Mike didn't make any head. If Michael said, hey, I understand load management, I don't blame them, now you're getting a headline. But for Mike, I was kind of surprised that Mike Tirico did ask the question because, it's a topic. But, when I had the commissioner on and I said, you got to do mandatory, or minimum games, you got to have 65 games to qualify for postseason honors. And then he did it. Now, there's some people who weren't happy about it, still aren't happy about it. But I'm trying to get the most out of a product. I'm trying to be able to see these players. Instead of you tune in and you go, wait, where's Steph Curry? He's out. All right, I'm out too. I hate to see it. Now, I don't want you playing through something, that could be severe. And yes, I grew up in a completely different era where I never, ever thought about that. I never thought, oh my gosh, he's going to sit out because why? Back-to-back games. And, okay, today's athlete is in better shape. Travel is better. Nutrition is better. All of that. But they're sitting out more games. Like Kawhi Leonard, when he plays, I go, I'll be damned, Kawhi played. That's not good for the league. For what he gets paid, and I know he's a Hall of Famer, but to me, he's never been must-see TV. He doesn't talk about the game. I don't know if he loves the game. I can say he's a good businessman, but I don't go, let me see Kawhi. Lock somebody up or hit a 15-foot jumper. I'm just not interested in it. But I would still like to see him play for the benefit of the Clippers. But Jordan saying that last night didn't have any impact. It just feels like whatever Mike says, okay, it's going to make a headline or people are going to talk about it because Mike doesn't talk about these things. I just don't want to be talking about broad topics. I want to make sure that, like, I'd love to know what Mike thinks about Victor Wembanyama right now. But, you do the interview a month ago or 2 months ago. I want timely Michael Jordan. I don't want a documentary where he's sitting in a chair with a cigar and tequila. I thought this was going to be what Kobe did in details, because I thought it was fascinating. Because I'm watching Kobe break down plays, players, teams, and it felt like it was more immediate. And that's what I would like to get out of Michael Jordan. I don't know if it's going to be that way. I hope that, Tirico goes there and sits down and they wear different clothes, and then they're going to be able to talk about some things that have happened in the season so far. Yes, Marv.
I'm with you, because I would love to see Michael Jordan's thoughts on somebody like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a great two-guard, a great scorer, just to see how he differs and how he just sees the game in comparison to what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does.
Yeah, because Mike might be saying, you see how he draws contact here. He shoots a lot of free throws. I would love to do that, where I'd say to Mike, hey, tell me what you see with Shai Gilgeous. How would you defend it? What is he getting away with? Because he is getting away with, pushing off. But great players get away with. Mike got away with it. Magic, Bird, run down the list. They all got away with something. But I would love to know what Mike sees in that. I'd love for him to, break down Luka. Any of these younger players would be great. It'd be a lot of fun. But I think that's the one thing that we'll miss out of this is Michael, but it doesn't feel like it's immediate. Yeah, Marv.
Yeah, I would just love to hear Tirico ask him, hey, what similarities do you see in Anthony Edwards? Because people were talking about Anthony Edwards being the closest thing to Michael Jordan in what Mike sees.
Yeah, Paulie.
Going back to load management, it's one of those phrases where collectively everyone hates it. We talk about it. We put it at a poll. Is there any chance, though, that if you had a do-over, you kind of would wish that load management was around in the 80s and 90s? Would Larry Bird have played till 35 instead of 31? Would, like Steph Curry right now is 37, still playing great basketball. The first half of his career, he played 75-plus games all the time. The second half, it's closer to like 65 to 70. Is that the reason Steph Curry is not retired right now? And could that be, would you rather have Larry Bird for 10 years for 80 games or 13 years for 75 games?
Yeah, I'd rather have a couple more years with him.
I wonder, it's hard to say, but would it have been better for guys like that to occasionally do that?
Well, they had injuries. Bird had a bad back.
Right, but
Steve Nash had a bad back.
But did Bird exacerbate it because it's my back, I'll play through a couple nights?
No, because that's the way he played.
Yeah.
He couldn't change the way he played. That's the problem. Steve Nash, maybe you get a couple more years. Remember Nash when he was out of a game, he'd have to stretch the entire time. The number of players last year who played 80 or more games. Todd, you want to guess?
Don't have anything.
What?
Who played more than 80 games?
Yeah.
Oscar Robertson.
No.
11.
Marvin, how many players played at least 80 games last year?
17.
Oh, last year. I thought you said all time.
What was it, Marvin?
17.
Okay. Seton.
25.
22.
Which is 11 times 2 is 22.
No, Todd.
No.
Sit down. Go back to 2014, it was 53 players. Go back to 2004, it was 72. Back to 1994, it was 83 players. And back to 84, it was 77 players. So this is certainly a trend. I understand it. It's difficult to tune into something. It'd be like going to a Broadway show and the person you're going to go see has a stand-in. Are you going to stay for the Broadway show? Okay. I got no other choice. I've already bought tickets to this. Or tuning in to watch a movie and the star is not there. But we've talked to the commissioner about it. I don't think there's a solution. Because the NFL, The NBA Player Association is not going to let you implement some kind of pay-for-play system where you get your paycheck when you show up to work. That's not going to happen because I can't force you to play. Yes, Marv.
The closest thing is, like you suggested that Adam Silver implemented, was the 65 minimum games to where you can get an all-NBA selection or MVP or anything like that.